If you've ever hit the dance floor to Crazy in Love or belted out All My Single Ladies at karaoke, this one's for you. September 4th is the Queen's birthday, and we're paying homage in this KHOU 11 Plus special. From the H-Town streets to world domination, we're diving into her incredible journey, her accomplishments, and everything that makes her our hometown hero. Before she was Queen Bee, she was just Beyonce Giselle Knowles, an incredibly talented young girl from Houston. It all started in the 90s with Destiny's Child, a group that redefined girl power and gave us countless anthems.
This is Destiny's Child and their hot single that's just gone platinum, No, No, No. No doubt these glamorous young women are accomplished performers.
God, it feels so good to be home. I can't wait to go get in my bed and see my grandmother.
We caught up with the girls during a rare stop on their tour, Houston. It's home to Latavia, Beyonce, Kelly, and LaToya, all friends since elementary school, and now the stars of Destiny's Child. Just last year, these girls were going to Houston high schools and performing around town. A record company scout caught one of those performances.
She saw us perform, she flew us up to Columbia Records, and we did a showcase for everybody at Columbia, and we got signed 2.5 weeks later.
The girls wrote several of the songs on their debut album. Beyonce produced the group's first single, No, 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 in Japan. While most 16-year-olds are scheduling weekend dates, these young women are scheduled to tour Europe and Asia. And while the four are very industry savvy, they also remain grounded.
I give all praises to God. We had a dream and we just kept believing in ourselves.
The girls share a sisterly love for each other. They say at this point in their very young lives, they are doing exactly what they've always dreamed of, performing. The girls' parents all play a role. Latavia's mother, Cheryl, is their chaperone. Beyonce's father is their manager.
We knew that they were supportive, but they were like, we're doing this because my baby wants to do this, so I'm going to stand behind her no matter what. And now they're actually seeing it happen, and they're so happy and surprised.
After Destiny's Child, Beyonce's solo career took off. She became known for her flair for the drama, both on stage and off the stage. Remember that unforgettable moment at the Warriors game in 2019? Even in the middle of an NBA Finals game, Queen Bee had the whole world buzzing, and she reminded us that she's only human.
We all know Beyonce has a flair for the dramatic. Queen Bee breaking the internet once again, but this time not over a new music video or a surprise album. No, the Beehive is buzzing over this interaction at Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
That woman leaning over Beyonce to chat it up with Jay-Z is Nicole Current, the wife of Golden State Warriors owner Joe Lacob. Beyonce's fans were quick to react on Twitter, using her own lyrics to clap back.
How rude!
Some even pointing out that Beyonce nudged Nicole in a not-so-subtle way to get her to back off from her hubby.
Back off.
Later on in the game, Nicole nowhere to be seen, so rumors started flying that Beyonce had her kicked out of the game. Those rumors were quickly refuted when Nicole returned to her seat. Less than an hour after the video surfaced on Twitter, the angry Beehive went to work on Nicole's Instagram page, flooding the comments with an endless army of bee emojis on every single one of her 113 posts. The little stingers forcing Nicole to disable her comments altogether. Nicole then posting this screenshot of herself and Beyonce with the caption, "We should all help and support each other."
Can't we all just get along?
Beyonce posted a pic on Instagram too, with Nicole carefully cropped out.
Yikes!
So is this alleged side-eye much ado about nothing? We'll probably never know. All we can really say is be aware when sitting courtside with the Queen.
It's not just those human moments and performances that make Beyonce a force to be reckoned with. She's also a fierce advocate for her community. Whether it's leading the charge for COVID-19 testing or rebuilding youth centers, she never forgets where she came from.
High energy.
kept the lines moving for the second day at the hashtag I Did My Part drive-through mobile testing site, this one in Northeast Houston. In hopes of urging minorities in her hometown to get tested for COVID-19, this weekend, Beyonce's Be Good Foundation and mom Tina Knowles-Lawson teamed up to launch their coronavirus relief effort. Taking part in the initiative, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, who stopped by this morning.
Working with this wonderful foundation and Tina Knowles-Lawson to challenge Houston to come out and get tested, to test.
Yesterday, Ms. Tina Knowles-Lawson posted this emotional Instagram video after seeing the enormous first day turnout.
They're already lined up. Tina, they're already lined up. Look, I'm about to cry. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and they're already lined up.
Beyonce herself posted this black and white photo of the long lines, writing, quote, "Seeing my hometown do their part and get tested today brought me so much joy. H-Town, I love y'all." In total, 1,000 tests were provided this weekend. People also drove away with everything from free vitamins, cleaning supplies to HEB gift cards. But it doesn't end here. The mother-daughter duo are challenging other celebrities to step up and take part in the coronavirus campaign, hoping to spread positivity and knowledge on the importance of getting tested.
You did it! You did it!
Standing for Houston.
Have a great day!
Thank you for coming.
You did your part.
Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
Yeah, what an amazing surprise this was, guys. You know, not gonna lie, I was fangirling being so close to Queen Bee herself. She actually sat there in the front row near her mom, Tina Knowles, under this tent. I'm told this upcoming project means a lot to Beyonce and her family. It was a discreet arrival. A lot of folks didn't even realize Beyonce was here until she sat down. We saw her smiling as she listened in about the rebuilding of what will be known as the Knowles-Rowland House. Beyonce, along with Kelly Rowland and her family, actually helped finance the original structure here on Crawford Street 23 years ago. This brick building used to be a youth center, but it was damaged 2 years ago in a fire and has since been used as a warehouse storing relief items for distribution. But by the end of next year, it'll be repurposed to provide safe and stable housing for young adults.
So not only will a resident be able to stay here as long as the resident chooses to or needs to, but there are a gamut of services wrapped around that resident: counseling, case management, all sorts of nutrition support, all of the things that a person needs who has been on the ground for many years and down. How do we bring them up?
Dr. Rudy Rasmus is the co-founder of Bread of Life, a nonprofit organization spearheading this project. He's the Knowles family pastor who just retired this year from St. John's Downtown Church, the same church Beyonce grew up going to.
Beyonce, you've been a phenomenal friend over these years. I watched you grow up from singing in the salon. I mean, full-on shows, y'all. You ain't seen nothing tomorrow. I mean, this full-on shows. I mean, we're grateful.
Once complete, the facility will have a total of 31 housing units and cost just over $10 million to construct. $7.2 million of that will come from a grant recently approved by the Harris County Commissioner's Court. As for Beyonce, she didn't speak today but stood by her mom, Tina, who became emotional as she talked about what this project, past and present, means to her family.
I just wanted to say that this is home, and I always feel, I mean, I cry the whole time I'm here because whether I'm going to Frenchie's or whatever, I just get emotional. But thank you so much for the support of the city and everyone here.
Yeah, Beyonce, of course, back in her hometown to perform at her concerts this weekend. You know, I have to tell you, it was so cool to see her making the time and coming out here and supporting her community as she's done for years and doing it with her mom. Back to you.
Beyonce's impact goes beyond music, philanthropy. She has an impact on the economy as well. When Queen Bee comes to H-Town, the whole city feels it, from boosting local businesses to creating unforgettable experiences. Her presence is known.
Why is Beyonce helping the American economy? Houston's own Beyonce is a woman of many talents, and now economists are crediting Queen Bee along with Taylor Swift with helping prevent a recession. Spending related to these massively popular concert tours is providing a bridge from pandemic spending indulgences to more normal spending patterns. An economist at Columbia Business School told the New York Times that spending on these concerts is providing the economy a soft landing right when we need it. The reason the Renaissance Tour is having such an impact is because of the fans. The Beehive isn't just buying concert tickets, which can run thousands of dollars on the resale market. They're also buying hotel rooms, silver outfits, and salon services. Yelp reports a big increase in searches for everything from beauty services to restaurants whenever Queen Bee rolls into town. But Houston isn't just any city. This is Beyonce's hometown, so the economic impact here could be a lot more specific. It's too early to tell, but some of her favorite spots could become a popular place for a pilgrimage. In the past, the Third Ward native expressed her love for everything from Papado to Frenchies to the Galleria. And of course, Houston is home to some of the singer's most diehard fans who are crazy in love with boosting Beyonce and the economy. With the Y, I'm Brandy Smith.
Beyonce.
I feel like falling in love.
That's it.
Everybody's Googling, where can we go to get Beyonce stuff?
I'm trying to do every Houston Beyonce thing.
In honor of Beyonce, we came up with Queen Bee ice cream.
They made their own custom flavor, so that's awesome.
And it's a honeycomb flavor ice cream that we make in small batches here, and we just crack it like this. Once you crack it, you look at the inside of this. Smell really, really sweet. Just like a bee came in here and gave it some fresh honey.
With this, oh my God. Beyonce would approve. This is good.
We are honoring Queen Bee herself with an exclusive playlist from Houston legend DJ Rob G. It's going to feature different hits from the Queen Bee herself. I think Houston's all excited and they know about this room that we have, and even more with this exclusive playlist. It's been super fun to see all the guests that have maybe returned or that are looking forward to experiencing this place for the first time.
They were these radical Beyonce cookies. They had her lyrics on it, they had her catchphrases. There's even a silhouette version of it. I thought they were super cute.
Always be yourself unless you're gonna be Beyonce. I like for the hate. This is a great surprise to see her cookies.
For Houston to show up and show out for Beyonce, it's going crazy. Beyonce hasn't been here in God knows how long, but in her coming back, I just love everyone rallying, getting together to show support to the Queen.
She has shown us time and again that her journey is not just about Beyonce, but it's about the community she's built. Her fans, affectionately known as the Beehive, are some of the most dedicated and passionate fans out there. And when she's back in Houston, it's like a homecoming party for the entire city.
This is a big weekend for fans, whether or not they have tickets to the show. If you don't have tickets, the city is throwing a big Beyonce homecoming party downtown. They're calling it the KHOU Runs the World celebration. There's going to be food, a DJ, fireworks, and get this, a 400 drone tribute to Queen Bee. That's tomorrow from 6:30 to 8:45 p.m. on the Avenida Plaza by Discovery Green. At around the same time, the Beehive will be swarming NRG Stadium. We talked to some of her super fans who are excited and putting the final touches on their outfits for the weekend.
Beyonce is our Houston hometown hero. As much as she does for the community, who she is, what she represents, it's amazing to see. So of course we have to honor a talent from Houston like that and bring her home and show her we love you and we appreciate you as much as you love us.
For the fans lucky enough to score tickets to the concert, there are 3 ways to get here. You can take Uber or Lyft, which is operating out of the yellow lot. You can use public transportation. Metro says they're going to have extra buses and trains running all weekend getting fans to and from the concert. You can also drive, but remember, NRG Park is cashless. That includes the parking lots, which cost $40 plus tax. NRG is limiting the type and size of bags allowed inside, so just keep in mind there is a clear bag policy in place for both concerts this weekend. Back to you.
You know
Yes, it's almost here. This time tomorrow, you may find yourself making your way to NRG Stadium, or maybe you'll already be in line. We spoke with fans outside the stadium this morning.
Beyonce is not only the it girl of Houston. I feel like she just gives empowerment to anyone in this world, no matter who you are, no matter your gender, your race. She definitely gives you kind of that powerful feel as a being.
I am a huge Beyonce fan. I remember growing up, my mom took me to the Destiny's Child concerts, and then once I became of age, I've been to every Beyonce concert since she's been here, except for one.
And local DJs are already speculating about what surprise guests Beyonce may bring on stage.
Another rumor is Destiny's Child will perform. I heard that one of the members is here already from Atlanta. She's already touched down in H-Town.
What about that set list? The shows will be 3 hours long. Houston Chronicle music writer Joey Guetta has seen the set list.
In terms of opening songs, it's not going to be something I think that was a huge, gigantic hit, but it's going to be something that I think the real Beehive fans are going to really, really appreciate.
Whatever happens, if Houston knows anything about its queen, it's that she never disappoints.
Speaking of her Renaissance tour, it was like an experience like no other. From the electrifying performances to the jaw-dropping outfits, Beyonce brought some of her A game to H-Town. And of course, her hometown showed up and showed out.
For the next 2 nights, you can call NRG Stadium the Beehive as the hometown queen bee herself, Beyonce, takes the stage for her Renaissance World Tour.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because who knows when she's going to go on tour again.
I've been Beehive since '97. My first show was Destiny's Child, and I've been here ever since.
It's an experience many have shelled out thousands of dollars to relive all summer long.
I've seen her 4 times this tour. So I went to 2 shows in Atlanta, 1 show in St. Louis, and I went to B-Day in LA. So this is show number 5 for me.
The superstar's Renaissance album and tour encompasses themes of jubilation and self-expression while also paying tribute to queer culture.
This tour is different from every tour that I've been to of hers.
With hits like Cozy and Unique.
It really embraces representing yourself and embracing who you are as a person.
There's no sad moments. It's all about high energy, love, acceptance, being who you are, accepting who you are.
Themes which were on full display through silver and metallic fashions per the Queen's request.
I designed this. I cut a little ribbon and then like put little fringe, glued it. You know, just was creative.
I actually hand placed every rhinestone on this bodysuit.
As this bee colony dances the night away, never missing a beat.
Every time she comes to Houston, I see her, for sure. Never miss a show.
It's a concert fans had been anticipating for months.
About 7 months ago.
And other fans couldn't let the opportunity pass to see Beyonce at NRG Stadium.
We just got our tickets on Friday.
His mother said she wanted to share the concert with her daughters.
At first, I thought I could pass the opportunity to see Queen Bee.
Look around, everybody!
And the energy before it even started could be felt all around from all fans. Of any age.
Very extremely excited.
These fans weren't just ready to see their hometown girl, but they were also ready to show support to the tour with their outfits.
I feel like aluminum foil.
Yeah, 10 across the board.
I'm very much heated up.
But for many, getting here was a financial sacrifice. The price for tickets?
And say $1,500.
You for one ticket?
Yes.
This college student said he spent a good chunk of his money, but he was happy to do it.
I think it's very worth it. You know, Beyonce, she is a musical pioneer, you know what I'm saying? And she's so inspirational, and especially to be this big as a black woman in America is just very inspirational. She's all about culture and just everything she stands for.
Although he has floor seats, he hopes he's close enough to Queen Bee.
Her dead skin cells better be on me.
If all that wasn't enough to make us proud, her most recent highly anticipated album, Cowboy Carter broke record after record and thrust Houston into the spotlight once again.
Well, people from all over the area spent the evening singing and dancing the night away to some of Beyonce's greatest hits, including hits from her latest album, Speaking to History, Tied to Houston. Houston's own Beyonce is blazing a trail of her own with her newly released album, Cowboy Carter and the Rodeo Chitlin Circuit. The 27 tracks make up Act 2 in a 3-album series.
This ain't Texas.
But it's the Chitlin Circuit part of the title, Speaking to History, rooted right here in Houston's historic Freedmanstown neighborhood.
Chitlin Circuit provided entertainment for our people. It was basically a tour for our Moorish American or black entertainers to travel to try and conduct their shows.
The Chitlin Circuit contributed to the success of black jazz, R&B, and rock and roll musicians, and many of the mega stars.
Sammy Davis Jr., Louis Armstrong, a whole lot of great entertainers
would find their way to Houston from the 1930s through the 1960s with the help of local promoter and founder of Houston's Peacock Records, Don Roby. Freedmanstown historian and native Gladys Housel explains.
Here is where Roby lived and entertained his guests who would come into town.
And just behind his home?
He had a motel where the entertainers would stay because they weren't allowed to stay at the major hotels downtown where they performed.
Guarded by 2 signature fixtures lining the entryway.
That was his indication to say, hey, come to Freedmanstown, look for the 2 lines. You know, if you forget the address, I'm on Andrew Street, you'll see the 2 lines.
It's this very history that black musicians track back to the early days of a genre known exclusively as race music.
Everybody keeps their history alive. We need to keep our heritage going too and show respect.
Now, Cowboy Carter calls back to that history as Beyonce blazes a path of her own. In downtown Houston, Devon Rahming, KHOU 11 News.
Music and entertainment are just a couple of ways that Beyonce is making an impact. She's also a dedicated advocate for social causes and change. Through her Be Good Foundation, she's making a difference in the community and the culture.
Founder, Mrs. Beyonce Knowles Carter, can you all make some noise for that?
A seat at the table. That's what Netra Ford says she's grateful for.
The Beyonce effect, as they call it, it helps us all.
Ford's Houston area nonprofit, Exceeding Autism, was chosen among organizations and small businesses to attend a luncheon hosted by Beyonce's Be Good Foundation in New Orleans during a stop of her Renaissance World Tour.
She's doing everything that she can to help, us that don't have the voice and the platform that she has. And I think that she is really being good by using her platform in that way.
Exceeding Autism has only been around 5 years, already getting the recognition of Beyonce's foundation, as well as getting a proclamation in the city of Houston.
It feels amazing because it makes me feel like what I'm doing is not in vain.
It all began because her son, who's now 11, was diagnosed with autism at an early age. She says she's had to fight to get him the resources he needs. She started her organization to help connect families to those resources and make it easier for them.
It's always amazing to me when somebody say, like, you really helped me. You changed the trajectory of how I looked at this thing, because by seeing you and how you handle your son, it gave me hope.
This has now become her life's mission.
People spend their whole life trying to find out what their purpose is. I know that this is my purpose. I know that I was created to start this organization.
She says getting the opportunity to attend the Be Good event was a full circle moment, having a seat at the table in New Orleans where her son was diagnosed. Now, looking forward to what's to come.
Everything that I've been trying to do for the last 5 years will happen because I had a seat at that table.
In Houston, Maria Aguilera, KHOU 11 News.
Beyonce's story is one of talent, hard work, and staying true to her roots. From her days as a young girl growing up in Houston to becoming a global icon, she has always found ways to give back and lift others up. We're so proud to call her one of our own. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate Queen Bee. Here's to many more years of music, philanthropy, and hometown pride. Happy birthday, Beyonce!